Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, and as you can see in this video I have featured a gorgeous another deep dusky skin fellow YouTuber stylish Tamilachi aka Priscilla in my video. And in this look I have created this colorful bridal makeup look. So if you want to know how I achieved this makeup look, then please do continue watching and also do show your support to her channel. I'll leave the details in the description box. So first thing first, I'm prepping her skin using the Clinique Moisture Surge moisturizer and putting that all over the face as well as the neck area, and I'm gonna let that sink for a while and then begin with the makeup process. I also forgot to put lenses before, so I'm using the Fresh Look contact lenses in the style Hazel here. The next step is to prep the lips. For that I'm using my Laneige grapefruit lip sleeping mask and applying a thick layer of that on her lips. And to fill in her eyebrows I'm using the PAC eyebrow definer kit and using a mix of those two shades to fill in her eyebrows. Then I took the Too Faced Born This Way concealer in the shade Butterscotch and putting that on the eyelids as a base for the eyeshadows and blending it out using a concealer blending brush. For eyeshadow, I'm using a super colorful and vibrant eyeshadow palette, which is the PAC Vibe eyeshadow palette. And I'm picking up the shade called Tangerine and putting that on the crease and blending it out thoroughly. This is going to act as a transition. Then I took the shade Whimsical and I'm using a really thin blending brush and putting that very precisely on the crease to add more depth and dimension there. Next, I took this shade called Amber, which is a beautiful mango yellow color, and applying that to the inner 1/3 of her eyelids. Then I took the shade Tangy, which is a bright, vivid orange color, and applying that right on the center of the eyelid and making sure that the edges of the orange and the yellow are merged and blended with each other. Next, I took this beautiful tomato red shade and it is called Tomania, and applying that where the sort of orange ends and again making sure that the edges are well blended. The final color is the shade called Plum, which is a deep purple shade, and putting that at the very outer corners of her eyes. This is going to create that smoky effect on her eyelids. Once that is done, I'm using a wet wipe to get rid of all the eyeshadow fallout from her face, and then I'm going to move on to priming her skin. For that I'm using my MAC Studio Fix primer and applying that all over the face and blending it out using my fingertips only. So we are having a lot of chit chat here, so please do not mind. This is a great primer, especially if you have oily skin types. To color correct, I've used the PAC Rusty Orange color corrector on her pigmented areas on her face and blending it out using a damp beauty blender. Usually you need a lot of color corrector for dusky and deeper Indian skin tones, so that's what I did here as well, and making sure that it is well blended before foundation application. For foundation, I'm going for a full coverage look today. So I mixed two of these Huda Beauty liquid foundations. One is gingerbread and the other one is nutmeg. And slowly and gently, starting from the center of the face, I'm moving towards the perimeters using my buffing brush. This is an excellent long-lasting and full coverage foundation for bridal wear. And I'm also applying a little bit of that foundation on the neck, not too much, just a little bit, so that there is no demarcation between the face and neck. And as you can see, the foundation is so well matched on her skin tone. It's not looking ghostly or white or pale. It's just the perfect tone for her. Again, I use the same Too Faced concealer in the shade Butterscotch to conceal and highlight her features. So that is under the eyes, on the center of the nose, on the center of the forehead, the cupid's bow, and also the chin, and also under the hollows of her cheeks, and blending it out using a concealer blending brush. And I'm using gentle dabbing motion to blend out the concealer here. For cream contour, I use the PAC Takeover Concealer in the shade Hot Cocoa, which is a deep chocolatey tone concealer, and put that on the hollows of the cheeks, on the perimeters of her forehead, on the sides of the nose, and also on her jawline, and blending it out using a Real Techniques contour blending brush. So I'm blending one side at a time and taking my time and blending the contour upwards, and you can already see that the base is coming through really well. To bake and set her base makeup, I'm using the Huda Beauty Easy Bake Powder in the shade Kunafa. The shade Kunafa is such an excellent color for dusky complexions to bake and to set your foundation and everything. So I'm applying that very thickly on the under eyes as well as the mouth area. Now I'm going to add a pop of color on the lower lash line, for which I'm using the MAC Eye Kohl in the shade Minted and putting a thick layer of that on the lower waterline and lower lash line. Then I took the shade Lime from the PAC eyeshadow palette and smudging out the lower lash line. Then I took this beautiful shimmery green shade from the same PAC palette on a flat brush and putting that on the lower lash line, but except the outer edge, the very outer edge. And this way her eyeshadow will pop and have a nice pop of color on the lower lash line, and it complements the top eyelid so beautifully. Once that is done, I'm just gonna dust away the excessive loose powder on the under eyes using a fluffy blending brush, because blending brushes work amazingly well on the under eyes to dust off the bake. So that's what I'm doing here. Now to set the rest of the face, I'm using the Too Faced Compact Powder. This is in a deeper shade. I'll put the exact shade name in the description box. But again, it's such a beautiful compact powder. It's very, very long lasting. Next for eyeliner, I'm using the Huda Beauty Easy Liner Duo. This has a liner as well as kajal on both the sides. So I'm using the liquid eyeliner and creating just a regular moderate thick eyeliner on both her eyes. No winged liner or nothing of that sorts. And this is such a beautiful waterproof jet black and extremely long lasting liquid eyeliner to invest in. Next, I took the shade Onyx on a very thin pencil brush and putting that just where the liner ends on the outer corner, just so that the liner doesn't look blunt and looks more merged and blended with the eyeshadow work. For mascara, I'm using the Legit Lashes mascara from Huda Beauty, and this is the curl and lengthening side, and putting that to her top and bottom eyelashes because we are gonna go in for falsies anyway, so a volumizing mascara is not that necessary here. To add a bit more depth to her contour, I'm using the MAC Studio Fix Compact Powder in the shade NW48, which is again a very, very deep shade, and putting that right where I put all of the cream contouring. Just a little bit, not too much, because we already have a layer underneath. For highlight, I'm using this gorgeous duochrome highlighter from Too Faced. This is the diamond highlighter in the shade Pink Canary, I guess. It's a beautiful pink and golden shift highlighter. I like to use this for experimental looks like this one. So I'm putting that on all the high points of her face, and it just blends so beautifully on the skin. I absolutely loved it. I'm also highlighting the inner corners of her eyes to make her eyes open up and look more awake, and also on the brow bone. For blusher, I'm using a beautiful blusher from K Beauty. This is their soft nude matte blusher, and putting that on the apples of her cheeks and taking it up until the temple area to give the face a little bit of a lift. Moving on to the lips, I'm taking the Swiss Beauty lip liner in the shade Dark Chocolate, which is such a stunning color for deeper dusky skin tones, and using that to just line her lips, not really overdrawing. For lipstick, I use the new Nykaa Gloss Matte Liquid Lipstick in the shade Wild One, and it's such a pretty muted plum toned mauve color, and it went very well on her skin tone as well. The final step is to lock everything in place. For that, I'm using my favorite Smashbox Photo Finish Original Setting Spray to set the entire makeup in place. For lashes, I use these Kalailist eyelashes from Amazon, and here is the finished colorful, bold bridal makeup look on dusky, deep Indian skin tones on Priscilla, aka Stylish Tamilichi. I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video. It was very, very new for me as well to put out a content like this. Let me know what you thought about this video in the comments section. All the products that I use in this video will be linked in the description box. Make sure to give this video a huge thumbs up, comment, and do not forget to subscribe for more such videos. Hit the bell notification and follow me on my Instagram. I'll put the link in the description box, and also follow Priscilla on her socials. I'll put the details in the description box. This is it. Take care of yourselves, and I shall see you guys soon in my next one. Bye.